Welcome to Protecting Africa show. We got Brother Charles, you said, right? In the show, and we're going to be asking him a few questions about the topic we're covering today. But before I go to the main topics, you said your name is Charles, right?
Yes.
And Charles is a European name,
yes,
isn't it?
Yes.
And you're an African person.
Yes.
And do you think it's an equal relationship when Africans have European names and Europeans don't have African names? Is that an equal relationship in your opinion?
Well, according to my opinion, I don't think it's an equal relationship, just as you say. But then, one thing for sure, if we can investigate civilization, how South Africa became civilized, it is more about the Western people. They are the ones who brought civilization to our country.
Okay.
So I think that English as an international language, as Africans, if we have English names, I don't think there is any problem, because English is an international language, just as I say, and we are living with white people in South Africa. And then the other thing is just that we have been colonized by mostly white people, and there are so many people there still working for white people. I know that so many Western names have been given to us by white people, so that they can be able to call us. So many Western names have been given to us by white people, so that they can be able to call us. But then the thing is just that, just as I say that English is an international language, we need to also compete globally, and we also need to.
Do you see yourself as equal human being to the English people, or do you see yourself as an equal human being to the English people?
Yes.
Okay. Now, how do you see yourself as an equal human being when you have their names but they don't have your names? Is that equality? How do you see yourself as unequal human beings when they don't speak even one African language? They don't even learn one African language in this country, when all Africans are forced to learn European languages. Is that an equal relationship in your opinion?
Yes, just as I said that.
When do you have any resolution of the UN, which is the United Nations, that proclaim English international language? Because people make statements without any backing. English came to South Africa through oppression, right? So since when it became international as far as South Africa is concerned? Because you are international if people willingly accept that language as an international language, isn't it? Yes. If the language was brutally imposed, as seen by slavery and oppression and apartheid and all the things that we've been through, then officially, logically speaking, for that victim nation, it is not an official or an international language, because it's a language that came through oppression. And then when you say that European brought civilization to Africa, you must first ask yourself a question: what is civilization? What is civilization? Because people use word. How can people who enslave you, oppress you, do racism against you, bring you civilization? Can a bunch of criminals who are hurting an entire people be called civilized? In your opinion, can you answer that? Can people who are hurting others be called civilized?
I think that one has to do with income inequality in South.
But you said these oppressors brought civilization. How do you explain people who have reduced Africans to less than humans be called people who brought civilization? Because civilization is brought by peaceful people who are civilized, who don't do violence against others, who don't do racism, who don't steal other people's land, who don't undermine other people's culture and identity, who are just people. But as far as the issue of those people you call broad civilization is concerned, there is nothing civilized about them. All they have done and shown is barbarity. So your argument about them bringing civilization is basically repeating what they put in our brain to the media and to the history books. But in the real term, there is no civilization there. And like I said, English is not an international language. As far as the African people are concerned, it's an oppressive language because the UN has never declared it an international language. Because you cannot just call international language without any ground. You understand? Did the South African government declare English an international language? I don't have any record of that. That's just people saying it to give that language weight, because it's an oppressive language, not just English, French, Portuguese, for as far as African people are concerned. And your argument basically is repeating what they are putting in our brain. Do you agree with that, or do you want to challenge my argument?
Yes, I need to say something clearly.
Yeah.
If we can study the history of human civilizations, tracing back.
First, you must understand what is civilization, because civilization is just a word. Now you have to understand what is civilization.
Okay.
That's why we have to start first, because you can't tell me people who oppress you can bring you civilization. They have no interest in seeing any good in you, because if they have an interest in seeing good in you, they don't oppress you, right? Yes. They don't treat you like less human, right? Then people who do that are not civilized, and they are barbarians. You know, you can be rich, right? You can be rich and dress nice and look nice. Doesn't mean you're a good person, or you can be a rich criminal who kill people, who rape, but he's good looking and he got money. You got the point? So mustn't confuse people who have money and influence and guns and people who are civilized. Civilization itself should make you a human person, a person who understands wrong and right, who can't hurt other people, right? Once you hurt people, you're a criminal. You understand? You can't be attributed to positivity. You agree with me on that, right? It's clear. So you can't say because I'm rich, I'm raping people, killing people, I become rich, robbing all the stores and people. Now I'm a advanced person or a civilized person. No. What these people have done to us prove that they're not civilized. If you add things like the gay disease, which they are trying to make it's normal for a man and men to marry or have sex, you can see other sign of primitiveness. You understand? Or the things like child pornography, which is widespread in Europe, then you understand that is primitiveness. You understand? So there is no ground for that. So having European names when Europeans don't have our names is unequal. You said it yourself, right? It's not an equal relationship. And you said they could not pronounce our names. That's what you say, right? Yes. Who are they when they can't pronounce our name to impose us names? Are they gods? We also could not pronounce their names when they came, isn't it? Yes. So did we impose them our names? No. So there is no ground to say they could not pronounce their name. They are nobody as far as we are concerned, because you are equal human to anybody. If they don't understand, can't pronounce your name, just like we can't pronounce some Russian name. Did we give them names? Did they give Russian names because they could not pronounce Russian name or Chinese names? What they did was basically to impose us their names in a bid to disconnect us with self. That's what they did. Basically what they did is, because if you want to enslave people, you have to enslave their mind. And the process of enslaving their mind involves making them hate what is theirs and making them love what is yours. So they basically make you look like they could not do this or whatever. And basically, today most Africans have their names when our names are dying. That means they have run a genocide against our identity. Because if we don't use our names, they die. You agree with that, right? And most Africans worldwide have their names. And that is another proof of the criminal intention against us. And they're doing all to preserve that order right now. So you must make it clear in your mind that what the whole story they tell you is just propaganda. There's no ground to back it up. Nobody can back up that argument. You understand? You can't say apartheid was helping Africans. It's a lie.
I tell you the truth, cause I don't need to lie to you. Why would I lie to you? I have nothing to win lying to you. Africa, the homeland of President Mugabe. You know that, man. We have to stand our ground, man. We were born to fight the evil. So that's what we do, man. We were born to be evil. We have to stand our ground. You can't let them, man, mess us up like that. I tell you the truth. My name Le Pambi. How many times should I tell you? I rejected the pink man name, man. I'm not a dog.